Appreciated, Coach. Well, this entertainment mecca opened back in 2009. It seats 80,000 but has a standing room capacity north of 100K, and we are pushing that today at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Break to go. 180. Hey, 54 Mike. 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Goff on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Here's Goff. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. These two teams, of course, met last year in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And, a lot of people were calling that kind of a throwback game to the 70s of the old NFL. The Rams would get out to the 23-7 lead. Cowboys tried to make a late push, but the Rams would hold on for the 30-22 victory. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
He's checking.
Prescott. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one.
And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks, 76 yards, and the Rams have taken the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, you're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
On second down now, it's Elliott. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Prescott. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
So we got man. Check 43. Check 26, check 26.
A first down carry by Elliott. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 30.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Elliott a first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Goff going up top. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Chidobe Awuzie. And he lost the football. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
Hey, let's go. Interception. Let's get this. 180. BC. Get the right one.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Watch twist, watch twist, watch.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Like 20. Mike 54. Hey, man. Watch the boot, watch the boot.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
First down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on. He's coming. Double A. Kill. He's coming. Double up.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Goff. And that one's complete to Gurley. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
You got it.
Well, you think about the 2 quarterbacks in this game, Goff and Prescott. And, of course, Jared Goff, the first pick back in the 2016 class. Prescott, that same class, but he was in the 4th round, pick number 135. But Dak would take home Offensive Rookie of the Year honors. Fear not, though, for Jared Goff. He would recover, of course, and lead the Rams to Super Bowl 53 in that eventual loss to the Patriots. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something,
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
On first down, it's Gurley. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Stop your running.
Now gone. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have... Two remaining here before we get to halftime. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Samson Abukum showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Here we go, 47. Hey, kill. 47. 26.
Prescott to throw it. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Throwing. Prescott. This to Jarwin. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Right, 58, right there.
Get that quarterback
mascot yet again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. This is Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott as the first half is winding down as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of...
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds.
51-yard gain. First down, Rams.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Tighten up. Hey, high 7. Cooper. Come.
Out of the gun. Gone. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Intercepted. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
36. Hatchet.
10th carry now for Elliott. A big run that time by Elliott. 41 yards on the ground. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. On second down, it's Pollard. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On third down, Elliott. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Outright completes it to Jarwin. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
To throw is Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. That is incomplete.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 7-yard line.
Oh, that's a big one right there. You talk about breaking off a huge chunk of real estate. But if you're the defensive coordinator, you cannot dwell on the fact you just gave up an explosive run. You have to look ahead, regroup your guys, and figure out a way to slow down this attack.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Tonight, 180. 54. There's a party now.
And that's off the mark, incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Now, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Wow. Hey, orbit. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 50. Now you won. Screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 54. Hey, Haywood. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. In your face. Value 3. Value 3. Mike 54. Mike.
From the gun, here's Goff. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Yeah, and he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive line.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I enjoyed watching Robert Quinn in pregame warm-ups with you down on the field. Did it surprise you how tall and angular he is? You wouldn't think he'd be able to play against the run that well, would you?
But he can, and he showed it right there, didn't he?
That's that wrestling background he has. He understands leverage as well as anyone in the game. A big-time wrestler in high school. He didn't lose very often.
3-time heavyweight state champ in South Carolina. The Rams on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
A
shotgun snap for Goff. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And that one, an absolute backbreaker. A chance to get back within a score, couldn't do it.
Yeah, that one went begging, as they say, right? There's the opportunity, and it was missed. But all hope's not lost just yet. But, boy, getting back within 1 score would have been a powerful motivator for their defense to take the field away.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Flushed out right. He's got the connection to Cooper. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott, it's caught. Cooper. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll run on 1st down. Elliott, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. They go to Elliott again. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down.
Safety's creeping.
Prescott now. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a 4th quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? Off play action. Here's Goff. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 37, and the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott looking for Cooper. That's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. On the move to his left. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37th. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Yeah, he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now Gurley. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Bravo.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Who that?
Goff now looking to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Goff. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
On 4th down, Goff. And my goodness, another interception. Xavier Woods with a pick. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Cowboys, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, this